Okay, muzzle training. So we need to think about the type of muzzle that we're using. I've got treats in my pocket. This is my two dogs when I've got food. Monkeys, stop it. So you want a basket muzzle. You want to avoid the material muzzles. They're not effective. They're not as good as these at preventing harm. Your dog needs to have air and free space around the muzzle because they actually sorry, they're getting a bit excited because I did a little bit before we started, because the panting and the air around the muzzle and the whiskers actually cool the dog down, so you can actually increase heat in your dogs by using the fabric muzzles, and as I say, they're not as effective. So you want a basket type, something like this, a Baskerville muzzle. I can't think of any of other brands off the top of my head, but there are a few different ones, so do your research. Contact the company to find out sizes and where to measure your dog to find out what size, because the size does matter. You want this to be as comfortable as possible, because if you've got an XL bully, your dog when out in public is going to have to wear one of these, so it could be for a while. You want to be able to feed them treats, they need to be able to have a drink of water out of it, and things like that. Okay, so yeah, you need to buy the right one. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be teaching your dog to almost put that on themselves. You're not going to be shoving that on your dog's nose. That's going to be counterproductive. You're going to make it punishing. We want your dog to put their nose in it, and you're going to clip it behind the ears, and you're going to make it a good thing for them to be wearing it. And that's what we're training today. So set it up. So I've just tied up the straps because my dogs don't like dangly things, and it's more likely going to put them off if these straps are going to be dangling. Obviously we are going to have to work to the straps be open, because you're going to have to work towards the straps closing, but for now we're just making your dog's nose and this something good. So that's all I'm interested in. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to have the muzzle behind my back, and I've got some food in my pocket. I'm just going to hold it out. Yes. I'm going to wait for Ernie to put his nose in. Mark it. Yes. Your marker words. Yes. Yes. I throw it away between it. So I don't know if you saw what Bert did then, and Fatty might have been in the way. So he's getting himself all excited now. So I don't want his paw, I want his nose. Yes. So I'm just literally going to ignore him if he does that. He's not going to get marked and he's not going to get treated. Yes. Now Bert's keeping his nose in there a lot longer than Ernie is. Yes. Bert put his nose right in there then. So I'm going to hide it again. See what Ernie does. Ernie's harder to train than Bert. Bert's far more susceptible. Yes. Now he did put his paw on my arm, but he did it whilst his nose was in there, so I'm quite happy with that. Yes. Ernie's just putting his nose in because he's figured out that's what gets him the food, so I would need to work on him for duration. Yes. So I'm going to do that 3 to 5 times, and I'm going to practice that often. So you want rehearsal, you want repetition, you want your dog to love putting their nose in there. We're going to make a little game out of it. That's why you throw the food away in between it. So the muzzle goes behind your back. You present the muzzle. Dog puts his nose inside it. Yes. Mark it with your yes. Takes their nose out. Throw a bit of food and repeat 3 to 5 times. Now what I would be doing with Ernie is if he's just popping his nose in for a second, that's fine for a bit. In fact, we want that. Yes. In fact, he did it a little bit more there. So what I would be doing with Ernie is just keep practicing that. Yes. Bert's really popping his nose in it. So that, to me, what wasn't really good enough. At first it is, and actually, this is the first time I've done this. Yeah, okay, I had about 2 goes of it before I put the video on. But I was actually recording. I've run out of trees. I was actually recording, but then my other half came home, so I had to stop recording it. So see how Bert's getting himself all excited? Yes. So I'd perhaps look at how I'm holding it. Yes. again, he only stuck his nose in a little bit. I just know what he's like. So I'm going to hold it out again. That's not good enough for me. See, this is what he does. When we're doing training, he gets to a point where he like almost glosses over. That dopamine's got a bit too high for him. So short sessions for him, I would be doing, even if he just pops his nose in it. Can you see birds? Wait, he's getting a bit excited around the muzzle now. He's just took, excuse me. They've just picked it up with their mouth. Okay, so I'm going to stop that with these now because they're getting too excited. I'm not going to carry on because they're just getting silly. Watch out for the next video.